I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all. I was just writing a song for Eliza.
You two hit it off then?
Indeed. She is a remarkable woman.
What do you think of this place?
I admit I have not had much of a chance to explore. Eliza has kept me occupied.
Right. I should have realized.
Das kommt mir so vor wie in Märchen beziehungsweise in Rollenspielen, ne? Du hast unbedingt ein Ziel, ist ganz wichtig, du kommst drin, es ist magisch, bla bla bla, ne? Und die hinter dich daran weiterzuziehen, weil sie dich in ihr Bann ziehen und dich innerlich auslaugen.
I'd like to hear more about Eliza.
Please, I do not kiss and tell.
I didn't mean it like that. I just wanted to know if she told you anything about this place.
Ah, certainly. We had a very stimulating conversation after the party. This community was founded upon the ideals of independence and freedom. There is much to admire.
That boy Patrick is
Warum
guarding the
willst du?
path down the mountain.
And why would you want to go?
To check on the wagon for starters.
Jerome said he would take care of the repairs. More hands do not always make for faster work.
How about a preview of your song?
Well, all right. I only have the chorus so far. Eliza, Eliza, brown hair and green eyes, your smile can light up the room. Eliza, Eliza, you make my heart rise. Your radiance chases the gloom. What do you think?
Good start, but honestly, I think it could use some work.
I thought as much. Rhyming in English is not my strong suit. Thank you for your advice.
Has Patrick passed by here today?
No, I have not seen him.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
Warum?
Hey, what are you doing? Have you no respect for privacy?
Okay, sorry. Phil's shirt, jacket, and hat. Seems they came off rather quickly. This was clearly taken at least a decade ago. It's Joanna, Eliza, and some man I don't recognize. Certainly makes a statement. These are mostly nursery books. Educational primers, moral fables, Bible stories, and the like.
Das
Guess
ist eine
Eliza
Sekte.
hasn't had much opportunity for book shopping as an adult.
Ich hoffe doch, dass sie oben uns wohlgesonnen ist.
Hello, Harley.
Ladies,
Bitte, 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 bitte.
hey Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
What do you think of New Bethel?
This place, it's so welcoming. Everyone is from someplace different, but they've all come together into a whole. Under different circumstances, I might be tempted to stay.
Miss Johnson seems to have gotten the best quarters in the whole settlement. Weren't you set to bunk with the Hawkinses? I can see why you took the chance to trade up.
Well, Lola and I were visiting for a bit after supper, and it seemed convenient to stay.
No doubt. Nice and private, too. Don't worry, I won't pry. I'm happy for you. Really.
Thank you, Harley. From both of us.
Hm.
I've tried going down to check on the wagon, but I'm not allowed.
Why not?
Patrick said it's for our safety. Wolves in the forest or something.
What? Oh, hell no.
I need to find a way to get rid of that kid guarding the path.
If one of the others can get him out of the way, I'll come down with you.
Okay, sie sind noch nicht korrumpiert.
Would you be so kind as to carve me something?
I'd be glad to. Just bring me something to carve.
Would you be so kind as...
I'd be glad to.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to.
Ein Stück Holz. Ja, eine Giraffe.
I've got this piece of wood. Think you could carve something for me?
What did you have in mind?
I think I'd like a wolf.
Very well. I'll have it ready in just a while.
Oder ein
Here you
Adler.
are.
Beautiful work, Nadine. It's full of curios, lots of crosses, and a nativity scene. The big man himself. There's a box on the wall with a small hexagonal hole in it. Odd. A few Bibles and some other religious texts. A constant reminder that God is watching. Lola?
What is it?
This place is really something, huh?
It's something, all right. They're very hospitable, but everybody's too much in everybody else's business.
Isn't that what a community is supposed to be about? For better and for worse?
Maybe, but a body's got to have some privacy. It's like they say, good fences make good neighbors.
Just as long as you don't forget to include a gate.
Where's Lisa Lou?
Around here somewhere. She was raring to explore the woods around the cabin.
Ich hoffe.
He's not talking.
So, wir gucken mal. Warte mal, können wir noch mal ein Stück Holz nehmen?
Not much use when the cup is empty.
Ah, warte mal, Wasser war hier vorne, ne?
Now to wait. One cup of hot water, all mine. Now to let it steep for a few minutes. There, a nice hot cup of tea.
Wir könnten auch gastfreundlich sein.
Leftover tea from the other side of the world. It's got a nice fruity aroma, kind of sweet. A hot cup of nettle tea. Out you go.
Wir machen richtigen Tee. Und wahrscheinlich kriegen wir damit die Leute wieder mit Sehnsucht gefüllt oder so. Sie sitzt so abseits.
Now to wait. One cup.
So, ich speichere jetzt nochmal hier drüber. Als wir die Teephase nochmal machen müssen. Halt!
I need to.
Ui.
There. Just need some hot water now.
Kirsten? Hä?
Now to let it steep for a few minutes.
Kirsten? Ach so. Nee.
There, a nice hot cup of tea.
So, jetzt haben wir...
No, thank you. We've all taken a vow of poverty.
Ah, die Sollbruchstelle.
Hey, Captain. How about a nice cup of tea?
Is it more of that nettle stuff?
No, this is from my own private store. It's from Ceylon.
No kidding. How'd you come by that?
We recently met a former whaler. He had souvenirs from around the world. He gave me a caddy as a memento, and it had some tea left in it. I thought you might appreciate a taste from another part of the world.
Ah, this is delicious. I don't know what to say, aside from thank you.
My pleasure.
Please join me. Have some tea and we can chat.
I'm more of a coffee drinker, but I'll gladly take the conversation.
I apologize for being so abrupt before. If you still have questions, I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability.
Ist er ja auch. Er ist eine Sollbruchstelle, weil er ist derjenige, der dazugekommen ist. Alleine. Die anderen sind in Familie gekommen.
Do you think we could talk a little
Und
about the
Sehnsucht.
airship crash now? I'd really like to understand more about the origins of this community.
Yes, that's understandable. Of course you're
Der
curious
nichts
to
damit
know
zu
what
tun
kind
hatte.
of place you fetched up in. All right. 12 years ago, Johanna chartered my cargo ship to take her group from
Ich glaube,
Bright Bay
irgendjemand hat
to
zum
Las
Absturz gebracht.
Virgenes. But late one night, still half a day from our destination, the boiler failed. We started losing altitude. We were already crossing the mountains, and all around was rocky peaks and forest. No safe place to set down. I was forced to make an emergency landing, more a barely controlled crash, really, on the side of this mountain. And here we are still.
Wow.
The Rowena was wrecked beyond hope of repair, but somehow nobody was hurt or killed in the crash. A miracle, as Joanna reminds us, if we ever forget.
Do you know what caused the failure?
Yes, I'm certain I do, but it doesn't matter.
Das ist Manipulation. Wegen der Vision, die Eliza hatte.
What makes you say it doesn't matter what caused the crash?
It was a long time ago. So much has changed, and I've forgiven and forgotten.
Er ist doch der Mann
To tell the
von
truth,
der...
that final voyage
Chefin.
was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because of it, I met and married Joanna. I got to watch her blossom into a truly inspirational leader, and I found a new home. She's the captain of this ship now, doing a far better job of it than I ever could.
I imagine it wasn't easy for you to adjust to this life.
It took some getting used to, I admit, and not just for me. Many of the original passengers found it hard to live up here. They thought they were headed for a sunny coastal paradise, not a barren mountaintop surrounded by ferocious beasts. Joanna tried to keep morale up, but that didn't stop a group of dissenters from forming. They began challenging her, spreading rumors and confusion. In the end, she had no choice but to discipline them.
How exactly did Joanna discipline the dissenters?
She had them stay in the cabin over yonder, isolated from the rest of the community and kept under guard. She wanted to give them time to cool down and reconsider, but I could see that wasn't going to happen. They had made up their minds to leave. Keeping them prisoner was only making things worse.
So what happened?
They escaped one night, under my watch.
You expect me to believe the dissenters escaped?
Joanna believed it, still does, despite the rumors and hearsay. That's all that matters.
Were you punished in any way?
I was under the silence for a week for failing to protect the dissenters from the dangers of the wilderness. Small price to pay for both the good of the community and those poor souls who left.
The silence? What's that?
A custom Joanna and Eliza came up with. You can't speak, and nobody is allowed to talk to you for however long your silence lasts. Bit of a funny punishment, but I can appreciate the idea behind it. After all, a captain needs to keep discipline among the crew.
Is there anything you'd be willing to share about the people of New Bethel? Who's who, their relationships, their history? There's so much I don't know.
Suppose it couldn't hurt. Go on, then.
What did you do before coming here?
I piloted this ship, the Rowena, before it became our home. Drifted from port to port doing odd transport jobs. Never imagined I'd stay still for more than a month, let alone 12 years.
I know a little bit about what that's like. I never stayed put long either.
Well, this community put an end to my wandering ways. Maybe it'll do the same for you.
Tell me about Joanna and Eliza.
I got to know Joanna on the voyage here. Over dinner in my quarters, she told me all about her thoughts and philosophies on life. It was fascinating to meet someone so passionate and high-spirited. After the crash, I got to know and respect her more. She emerged as the spiritual leader of New Bethel. We married a few years after. As for Eliza, she's always been utterly devoted to her mother. We get along, but I'm mindful about giving her space.
What can you tell me about Bridget and Patrick?
The boy seems happy here. I'm glad Jerome's seeing to his training. Bridget has more than readjusted to life here. She was originally one of the dissenters, you see. But she and her husband James returned that winter with their newborn son. Seems Bridget wasn't aware when they left that she was with child. Having a baby out there in the wilderness changed the calculation, I guess.
Know anything about Patrick's hideout?
No, but sometimes I see him running past here with his little toys and things. Guess that's where he goes off to play.
What's to know about Jerome and Sue Ellen?
Good people. They came to New Bethel a couple of years after the crash. I believe they met with trouble on the road, much as you did. And lucky thing for us, they stayed. They're both vital parts of this community.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Leger.
Das Schlagloch war auch sehr stark fingiert, muss ich mal dazu sagen.
I've got nothing to ask him.
Ich guck mal, ob wir das Stück Holz ihm andrehen können.
Sorry, can't talk.
Here, I thought you might like something for your collection.
Oh, wow, a wolf! And look at those fangs! This is great! But, will you hang on to it for me? I can't put it away where it belongs right now. Too many prying eyes.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Yes?
Is it true that Patrick was born in the wilderness?
Who told you that?
The same person who told me about letting you and the other dissenters go.
I see. Yes, it's true. I was unaware of my condition when we left. Otherwise... Anyway. We came back, along with another family who left with us, and a third we met on the way. Sister Johanna forgave us, thank God. She is truly an angel among us.
What compelled you to leave in the first place?
We were following someone we thought knew better than Sister Johanna, but as it turned out, he didn't. That's his grave over there. Abraham Levinsky.
Who was he?
Just a strong-willed fool who felt our journey was incomplete. He convinced us to continue to Las Virgenes on foot.
Las Virgenes? Der Ort der Jungfräulichkeit, oder was?
What became of Abraham Levinsky and the other dissenters?
Those poor, poor souls. They died out there. Every last one. Sister Johanna sent my husband back to Abraham's camp to try to convince them to return, but all he found was carnage. Wolves, it was. When I think of how horrible it must have been, and how lucky we were to
Es gibt
escape
keine
that
Wölfe hier
fate.
draußen.
Enough. Let us speak of something else, please.
Die sind bestraft worden von Gott.
I've heard about something called the silence. What is that?
When one of us falls into sin, they must find their way back to grace. In the silence. Sister Johanna determines how long is needed. While someone is under the silence, they may not speak or be spoken to.
Denk mal bis morgen.
Other
Bisschen später
requirements,
vielleicht,
not
falls
my
irgendwas
place to
zwischenkommt,
share.
aber bis morgen. Ich hoffe, ich habe bis dahin was gefunden am Sonntag. Also abseits von morgigen Special-Sonntag bleiben wir beim Themensonntag.
Patrick told me he has a secret hideout. Know where it is?
No. Sister Eliza assured me it was safe, so I didn't feel it was necessary to pry. It's good for Patrick to have a place he can be alone.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
God go with you.
Er wird in der Hütte oben sein.
Please excuse me, Sister Harley. I need to get back to my quarters.
Okay. See you later, I guess.
Ich wollte gerade hier das Grab aufbuddeln.
James Doran. Hello, Sue Ellen.
Hello, Harley.
I spoke with Jerome, and he told me you two came after the original Voyagers.
Yes, that's right. We don't much talk about that. Sister Joanna likes to say that everybody here has always been part of New Bethel, even if they didn't know it yet. Some of our brothers and sisters are still on their way to us, even now. We got here about 2 years after this whole thing started. Other families came after, but we were about the first newcomers.
What exactly were the circumstances that led to your arrival?
Jerome and I were coming down from Shivering Pines, heading for the coast in search of a new life. But our wagon broke down on the road through the mountains.
You didn't take the canyon bridge?
Is there a bridge now? Wasn't one when we came through.
Normally, yes, but it recently collapsed. That's why we went through the pass.
Huh. Well, Brother James came and found us and brought us up the mountain. At first, we had every intention of keeping on, but we didn't have any real plans, and folks here were so welcoming. We never really made the decision to stay. We just never left.
What about the other families?
Same story, more or less.
Do you know anything about Abraham Levinsky?
I've only heard a few stories. He ain't too highly regarded round here. So many didn't survive that first winter after the crash. If the dissenters hadn't taken so much away with them, things might have gone different.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what the silence is?
Oh, that's Sister Joanna's punishment for anybody who crosses her. You ain't allowed to speak to nobody or be spoken to. There's extra chores, extra prayers, and fasting. That means you get cut to 1 meal a day.
Sounds harsh. Have you been under the silence?
Plenty of times. Sister Joanna and I don't always see eye to eye, and she don't appreciate back talk. Jerome tells me I ought to keep my thoughts to myself, but that ain't how I do.
I'll let you get back to your garden.
Come enjoy it anytime.
Ich sag ja, die werden so ähnlich wie gehirnwascht. Oh, brainwashed.
She's busy.
Okay, ich kann es da nicht auflegen.
Hi, Brother Jerome.
Sister Harley?
Do you know anything about what happened to Abraham Levinsky?
Afraid not. That was all before my time.
Can you tell me what the silence is?
Nothing you gotta concern yourself with. Just keep on the straight and narrow and you'll be fine.
Appreciate your time.
Beware.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, Harley.
Would you give us a moment, Brother Jerome?
Of course.
I don't want to alarm you, but something about this place isn't quite right.
What do you mean?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment called the silence, where people can't speak for days if they upset Joanna.
Huh. That does sound pretty extreme. But, I don't know, it doesn't seem that strange to me. Is there anything else that seems off to you?
Sue Ellen told me about how she and Jerome got here.
Oh, sure. Jerome told me too. How the wagon broke down and all that.
It didn't strike you as familiar?
Sure, it sounded like what happened to us. Are you saying it's not a coincidence?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Come on, Harley. Really? Mountain roads are full of rocks and things. I'm not surprised a wagon would break down there.
That's all for right now. I'll let you know if I hear anything
Okay,
else.
den haben sie
You can
schon.
come back now, Brother Jerome. Have you seen Patrick come by here today?
Patrick? No, I haven't.
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something off about this place.
How do you mean?
I've learned that Joanna isn't quite as nice as she seems. She jailed a group of dissenters and forces anyone who displeases her to undergo the silence.
What is that?
A punishment where the person can't speak or be spoken to, gets less food, and has to do extra chores and prayers.
Perhaps this community isn't as idyllic as it seems. This does seem suspicious, though it could all be a coincidence. I do not think this proves anything sinister. There is still too much doubt.
Sue Ellen told me we aren't the first people whose wagon broke down on the mountain road. In fact, she and Jerome wound up here much the same way we did, along with several other families.
It seems a stretch. You saw the condition of the road.
Wir müssen noch
I
mehr
was not able to
zusammenkratzen.
see any evidence of sabotage.
That's as much as I've learned so far.
Well, if you find anything else, let me know.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Try not to get into any trouble, eh?
Captain Perry,
Yes, Miss Leger?
could you tell me about Abraham Levinsky?
Oh, dreadful business. He led the dissenters who split from the community. Some changed their minds and came back. Joanna sent James to Abraham's camp to try to convince the rest to return. But all he found was Abraham's body and signs that wolves had attacked the camp and killed the rest. We had a funeral for Abraham and buried him in the graveyard. Joanna didn't let anyone see the body. It was too roughed up by those wolves.
Sounds awful.
Thankfully, we have the rangers to protect us, so nothing like that ever happens again.
See you later, Captain.
Goodbye, Miss Leger.
Hello, Jake.
Howdy.
Have you seen Patrick come by here today?
Sure, he ran by this morning, headed over towards the cabin. Came back not long after.
I think there's something strange going on here.
What do you figure?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment called the silence, where people are shunned and can't speak for days if they upset Joanna.
That all? Shoot, that don't sound like much. She's the leader here, and if that's what it takes to keep the peace, so be it. It's hardly cause to think we're in any danger.
I spoke to Jerome and Sue Ellen. They told me their wagon broke down just like ours. What's more, several other families who came after them experienced similar breakdowns.
So you think there's some sort of conspiracy?
It's happened too many times to be a coincidence.
I can't say I agree with you there, Harley. If it was intentional, and these folks were sabotaging wagons and trapping people, they'd have lots more captives, don't you think?
Maybe, but
But nothing. We'll be on our way soon enough. Enjoy this little rest while it lasts.
that's all I know right now, but I'll tell you if I learn more.
I have no doubt you will.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
No point. He's under the silence. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
I have the feeling something's not right here.
Why would you think that?
Joanna isn't quite so benevolent. Captain Perry told me about a group of dissenters who were kept under lock and key. And Sue Ellen told me about a harsh punishment called the silence, where people can't speak for days if they upset Joanna.
That sounds like how it was at my old school. The nuns were quite strict as well. Every religious community has its methods of discipline.
Sue Ellen told me her and Jerome's wagon broke down on the mountain road and the community took them in. Same thing happened with other families over the years. Sound familiar?
Yes, I suppose it does. I hate jumping to conclusions, though. If there really is something amiss, I want to be certain.
I haven't got anything else, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
Have you seen Patrick come by here today?
I think Lola was shouting at him, yes.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
Lola?
What is it?
Something's just not right around here.
Bitte lass sie überzeugt sein.
I've had the same
Okay.
feeling, but we ought to tread lightly. Stay alert.
Have you seen Patrick come by here today?
The boy? Why, I caught him peeping at the window this morning, but I gave him what for, little creep?
Would you and Nadine mind leaving the cabin for a while?
What for?
I think Patrick's hideout is in here somewhere, but he doesn't want to go to it while there's someone in the cabin.
All right. Suppose we could take a walk. Shall we, Nadine?
Ich jetzt, ich glaube, jetzt kann ich ihm. Was? Okay. Jetzt gebe ich ihm den Griff. Sollbruchstelle Nummer
Want this
2.
carving now?
I'll be back in just a minute. Don't get any ideas about going down the path. I'll know if you do.
Better not try calling his bluff, but let's just see where he goes.
Ist aber schnell, ja?
He's going towards the cabin. Interesting.
Das ist, wie sie aus der Hütte geflüchtet sind. Da oben, das Ding bewegt sich dann.
Looks like I found your secret hideout. A constant reminder that God is watching. Let's see what Patrick's got hidden back here.
Ah, der Schlüssel.
Interesting. A small crank handle. Open sesame.
I'll be damned.
Rather cozy up here, and you can't beat the view. Patrick's collection of extra special figurines. An old spyglass, part of the original airship. Can't see a thing. I think it's missing a lens.
Vielleicht kann sie noch was schnitzen.
Nothing to say, really. No need to do that again.
Okay.
She's not much.
So, jetzt können wir ihn erpressen. Weil wir nämlich sein Geheimversteck wissen.
Sorry, can't talk.
Okay, dann die Mutter.
She's busy.
Oder wir können uns jetzt das Grab angucken, weil es hieß ja, keiner hat's gesehen. Schade, nein. Also keiner hat die Leiche gesehen.
Hello again, Joanna.
Hello to you, Sister Harley.
I saw a portrait in Eliza's quarters of the two of you with a man. Who is he?
Oh, that's Eliza's father, Jonathan. I allow her to keep the portrait because she should remember him, but I would prefer not to.
Why not?
I'd rather not speak of it. It's too painful.
Exactly what happened to Abraham Levinsky.
Oh, poor brother Abraham. He was tragically led astray. He and several others began to question God's plan for us. They ended up leaving New Bethel. Some saw the light and returned, but the rest were not so fortunate. God punished them for their lack of faith. The wilds claimed them. Brother Abraham was the only one whose remains we could recover. Brother James brought his mangled body back to New Bethel. We laid him to rest among our dead, praying God would grant him forgiveness.
I've heard about something called the silence. What is that?
It is a method to discipline those who fall into error. When one undergoes the silence, they are prohibited from speaking with anyone except God. That way, they are encouraged to reflect on their actions and to seek His forgiveness. Once they have done so, they're welcomed back to the community as stronger, better people.
Thanks for the chat.
God bless.
Good to see you, Brother Jerome.
Likewise.
Nothing else to... Can't think of anything to ask. I've got nothing. Nothing to say. She's not much. An old Spanish doubloon. I've already got a brand. No point.
Okay, wir reden mit der Gärtnerin da oben nochmal. Sonst wüsste ich nämlich nicht, was jetzt noch los wäre.
She's tending the
Okay.
cucumbers, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, can't.
It's a beautiful wooden box with an inlaid scrimshaw carving. Says it's from Ceylon.
Think I had one of those once, but it's been so long I can't be certain.
This article mentions an Abraham Levinsky living in Las Virgenes, which is where he intended to go, according to Bridget. And Captain Perry said Joanna wouldn't let anyone see the body because it was too mangled, but what if... Suppose there's only one way to find out.
I sometimes forget there's still an entire world out there.
I'm not sure what.
Nothing to say. She's not much. She's busy. She's...
Wir müssen nicht wirklich sie ansprechen.
No, thank you. We've all taken a vow of poverty.
I've got nothing.
I appreciate the offer, but
Can't think of... Nothing else. No point. He's under the silence. He seems preoccupied.
You keep that, Harley. You keep that.
All right there, Danny?
Yep.
Thanks.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
Nicht mehr viel übrig hier. Oh, vielleicht können wir damit jetzt gucken, ob da irgendwer begraben liegt.
She's 10.
Das wird es wahrscheinlich sein. Pass mal auf. Quatsch.
Abraham Levinsky. Wait, haven't I seen that name somewhere recently?
Ah.
I need to find out if Abraham Levinsky is really buried here. I don't see anyone around, but I'd better be quick about this.
Ist keiner drin.
The grave is empty. Something strange is going on around here. I shouldn't tell anyone outside the posse about this. Don't want the brothers and sisters throwing me to the wolves, after all.
Aber konnte man die anderen jetzt auch anfassen? Nee, okay. Gut, dann müssen wir jetzt unseren Leuten Bescheid sagen. Wir arbeiten uns von Skeptiker hier runter zu den anderen. Weil jetzt haben wir einen Beweis.
She's not much of a conversationalist. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
I've learned some more about this place, and it's not good.
Tell me.
There's a fake grave in the graveyard. It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
You dug up someone's grave?
I looked under the rocks.
Why would you do such a thing?
But I told you there's nothing underneath.
Still, it's just wrong.
I haven't got anything else, but I'll keep looking.
All right.
We'll talk later.
I look forward to it.
Okay. Die sind sowas von gebrainwashed.
Hello, Jake.
Howdy.
I still think something's rotten in New Bethel.
What's got you riled? Speak up.
There's a fake grave in the graveyard. It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
What you mean fake? A memorial?
No, a fake. A man's supposed to be buried there, but he's not.
Why would someone go to the trouble of making a fake grave?
Exactly what I want to know.
I admit it's suspicious, but that's not enough to start stirring up the pot.
That's all I know right now, but I'll tell you if I learn more.
I have no doubt you will.
Talk to you later, Jake.
Take it easy, Harley.
Eins, zwei. Waren wir nicht zu sechst? Ach ja. Den habe ich vergessen.
Phil?
Harley?
Listen to me, Phil. There's something off about this place.
Have you found something else?
Joanna and the others told me a story about Abraham Levinsky, the leader of a group of deserters. He was supposedly killed by wolves and buried in the graveyard, but the grave is empty.
Slow down a moment. You dug up one of the graves?
Not so much dug as moved the rocks, enough to see there was nothing underneath.
I see. I suppose you had your reasons. And you say there was no body?
That's right. I also have proof that Levinsky is still alive. Look.
Very well. I have heard enough. Clearly these people are hiding something from us. I will see if I can coax any information from Eliza when I see her again.
So will you let me search this place now?
Yes, go ahead.
Danke.
A Bible. I'll leave that right where it is. And what's this? Some kind of lens.
Yes.
Better take it. These are mostly nursery books. Educational. Guess Eliza hasn't had...
Das hatten wir schon. Okay, wir haben... Wir probieren aber trotzdem ihn noch zu erwischen hier. Aber ich glaube, immer nur mit jeder neuen Information
Hey,
kriegen wir es
Danny.
weiter.
Hi, Harley.
Would you give us a moment, Brother Jerome?
Of course.
I learned some more concerning things about this place.
What is it?
There's a fake grave in the graveyard. It supposedly belongs to the leader of a group of deserters, but it's empty.
You searched his grave?
I had to find out if the story was true.
That's just wrong, Harley. Maybe you misunderstood and the grave is just a memorial.
It's not. Trust me.
Please, I don't want to hear any more about it.
That's all for right now. I'll
Okay.
let you know if I hear anything else.
Okay?
You can come back now, Brother Jerome.
Vermutlich mit der Linse können wir vielleicht sehen,
See you, Danny.
Bye for now.
wer in die Nähe kommt. Somit konnten sie sehen, ob wir da sind oder jemand anderes kommt oder was auch immer. Doppelklick. Deswegen,
A
sie kennt
perfect
das.
fit. What a surprise.
Sie kennt das Geheimversteck, deswegen. So.
Let's have a look. That's the base of the mountain near where we broke down. Hello, and who might you be? Well, that's not suspicious at all. I don't see anyone else down there. Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley.
I've learned some more about this place, and it's not good.
Tell me.
I caught a glimpse of a cloaked figure sneaking into a secret cave down on the mountain road. I have a feeling there's something important in there.
That does sound rather odd. All right, let's say there is something going on. What do we do about it?
We need to get down the mountain. Nadine can distract the boy. That should clear the path for the two of us.
All right, then. We just need you to get the kid out of the way long enough for us to get down the mountain without being spotted.
All right. Hello, young man. Could I borrow you for a moment?
Sure. What do you need?
Joanna asked me to make sure everyone was healthy. Come to the big tent and I'll give you a quick checkup.
Oh, okay, if it's quick. Sister Joanna won't like it if I leave my post long.
Damit hat sie gelogen.
Now's our chance. Let's go.
Guck mal, die Räder sind alle ab.
No! What have these people done to my wagon?
It's clear they don't want us leaving New Bethel.
You said there was a cave down here?
Looked like.
Then see if you can find it. We need to figure out what we're up against.
Zeig her.
Ow! Damn thorns. This is way too small for anyone to fit through. Nasty pothole. Can't believe it took out the wagon.
I swear that wasn't there when we drove through. I ain't blind. I would have seen and avoided it.
There's a bunch of grass at the bottom. Seems it was covered. It's in bad shape. We need to get it fixed or our journey ends here. Here we are. This bush was put here deliberately. Hey, look! I found the cave.
Good. Now see what's inside, and be quick.
Ach, guck an.
A shovel and pickaxe. Perfect for digging potholes and dirt roads. What's this? Looks like some kind of handbook. A printer's proof copy.
Was?
The Saboteur's Handbook by JT and JR. My god, I need to show this to Lola. Now. It's full of dynamite and wires. Someone has been making explosives. It's a hand-drawn map of the area. That's the road, and it's been marked with several X's. This is exactly where we broke down. It's stuffed with guns and ammunition. That's not a good sign. These look like they were placed here recently. Wait a minute. These are our wheels.
Okay.
You won't believe what I found in the cave.
Try me.
A printer's proof of something called the Saboteur's Handbook. Have a look.
Written by J.T. Joanna Taggart.
Must be, but who is J.R.?
Jonathan Redd?
Who's Jonathan Redd?
Seriously? You never heard of the Reddites? They're a bunch of anti-steam tech thugs who went around sabotaging machines and factories a few years back. They were mostly active in New Bretagne, but they got their start in Bright Bay.
So you think Joanna knew Jonathan Redd?
Not just knew him. I think they worked together. Maybe more than
Das ist
that.
der Vater.
You get a good look at that Eliza girl? She's got a certain resemblance to that Mr. Redd.
Hang on. Joanna told me Eliza's father was named Jonathan.
And there you have it.
all that aside, look at the contents.
These are all instructions. Sabotaging vehicles and laying road traps. Low-grade bombs for controlled explosions. Creating concealed hiding spots in the wilderness. Remind you of anything?
Well, one thing's for certain. The wagon breakdown wasn't just coincidence. Someone planned it to get us here.
Yes, but who?
That's what we need to find out.
Lots of pages have notes scribbled in the margins. Some are from JT, others from JR. Looks like they had some ideological differences.
Oh?
Joanna thought things were going too far. She objected to giving instructions for explicitly violent stuff. Here's a note on the bombs page where she says, "Too dangerous to print." Same time, Red's written things like, "This information is a tool for a righteous cause," or "No revisions, too late for cold feet." But there's another set of notes in somebody else's handwriting. Here, on this recipe for an acid compound, Joanna crossed out some ingredients. This other person tried to fill in the missing information.
So this third person is probably our saboteur.
I'd put money on it.
Ja, es gibt nur eine Person, die ein Versteck kannte oder kennt. Eigentlich zwei. Es ist noch sag schon, der Captain.
I think our top priority is figuring out who this person is.
I agree, but we gotta be discreet. We can't just go around interrogating everyone hoping for a confession. We need solid proof identifying the person you saw going into that cave.
My brother was the detective in the family.
Well, now's your chance to do him proud.
So what should our next move be?
Round up the others and come to my cabin. We need to talk. Come on, let's get back up the mountain before anybody notices us missing.
And so this saboteur is the reason we're here.
We need to uncover who it is and tell these people. They deserve the truth.
Now wait just a minute, this is all very serious for sure. But these folks have a whole way of life they're accustomed to. We expose it all as a lie, why, we're ripping the bottom out of their world.
Jake's got a point. It could tear this community apart.
I think Lola's right. Not knowing your true history is no way to live.
At the very least, Joanna should know about this. As the community's leader, it falls to her to decide what to do with this information.
We gotta be able to prove who the saboteur is first. Could be the rot goes all the way to the top.
I have a strong suspicion, but I'll see if I can confirm it.
Once you do, you can tell Joanna the truth, assuming she's not the one behind it all.
Or you could try talking to the saboteur, maybe get him to lay off without having to upset the whole community.
I'll see what I can find out.
Nochmal, ich gehe mal kurz rein.
Leger, find the saboteur yet?
No, still looking.
Well, you won't find them in here.
Okay. Kann man machen.
Nothing else to say to him right now. Wait a minute, this is the same cloak I saw through the spyglass. Got you now, Eliza.
Aber nicht so voreilig. Nicht zu voreilig.
Joanna, Eliza, and her father, Jonathan Red. No point.
Okay.
She's busy. She's
Okay. Ich gucke erstmal kurz, ob die Information, dass es Eliza ist, ausreicht, dass wir hier mit der Gruppe reden.
Leger, find the saboteur yet?
Yes, it's Eliza.
What?
I'll be damned.
All right, what's the next step?
I'm not sure. Suppose I should tell Joanna.
Or you could talk to Eliza about it. Let her explain herself.
Whatever you do it quick.
Wir stellen Sie erstmal zur Rede.
I believe this belongs to you.
Where did you get that?
Exactly where you left it.
It seems Patrick has earned himself a period of silence. He won't like that much, but it's about time he grew up some.
So you've been causing all the wagon breakdowns and trapping people here. What was your plan? Continued excuses for why our wagon wasn't ready until we gave up and asked to stay permanently?
That's how it's worked in the past, yes.
Is your mother aware of your scheme?
Only one other had a part in it, and God has since called him home. He sent me a vision when I was a girl, of my mother leading a thriving community on a mountaintop. All I've done is ensure this vision comes to pass. Members have lost faith and abandoned us before, to the detriment of all. We've suffered harsh winters and disease. Keeping our numbers up hasn't been easy. But I wasn't about to stand by and let the community wither, so I took measures to cultivate it.
You've built your community on lies. If I'm not mistaken, lying's not on God's approval list.
God forbids harmful deceit. I'm shepherding people to a better life in his name.
How convenient.
It's clear to me you've no intention of joining us. God must have other plans for you. I can have your wagon repaired and let you and your companions go on your way. All I ask in return is that you spare a thought for the people of this community. Do not speak of what you've learned. It would destroy them.
And just how will you explain our departure?
Simple. I'll say you all insisted on breaking curfew to go down to your wagon. Tragically, you were all eaten by wolves as a result. I can set up a memorial in the graveyard if you'd like. It will make a powerful deterrent.
I can't go along with this. These people need to know the truth.
Stop! You're making a terrible mistake!
Joanna, I'm afraid I have some disturbing news.
What is it?
Can you call together the community? This is something everyone needs to hear.
What is this about? I would be glad to make an announcement once I know what it concerns.
I'm afraid I have to insist on addressing everyone at once.
As you wish. I'll call an assembly. Brothers and sisters of the Second Dawn, Sister Harley has asked me to bring you all together to hear her words. Tell us, Sister Harley, what news have you for us all?
Since you all came here, you feared wolves in the forest below. But I'm sorry to tell you that the real wolf has been living among you all this time.
What are you saying?
Eliza has been pulling the strings all along. She's been manipulating us all. She's been setting traps in the road to capture wagons and bring their passengers into New Bethel.
What? How dare you?
I saw her enter a secret cave at the base of the mountain. It was full of saboteurs' tools, along with spare wagon wheels, and this.
What? Eliza, what are you doing with that?
Claiming my birthright. Just because you disavowed father doesn't mean I did.
So it was sabotage. I always ask myself if our breakdown was really an accident. You've been lying to us all these years.
No, I swear I didn't know anything about this.
Then why did you prop up the lie about Abraham Levinsky?
What lie? Brother Abraham was killed when he left the safety of New Bethel, torn apart by wolves.
was it that told you this?
Why, Brother James. He found their camp after it had been attacked. He returned with Brother Abraham's mangled body and buried it.
So you never actually saw Levinsky's body?
No, I put my faith in Brother James's word.
There was no body because Levinsky never died. There were no wolves. In fact, he made it safely to Las Virgenes. Just weeks ago, he was in the papers announcing his niece's marriage. It was just a story concocted to keep you all here, to keep you afraid.
He was trying to protect you. He was trying to protect all of us. Brother James was the one who had the idea to bring in new members. He understood that a community can't thrive without them.
James was a saint. He loved this community. And you, Sister Joanna. There's nothing he wouldn't have done for you all.
I think that is becoming very clear.
Eliza, I don't understand. Why would you do this?
The outside world is a horrible place, Mother. You should know this better than anyone. Look at what we've built here. How we've grown and flourished. We had to keep that safe. That's why you had to make sure no one ever left the mountain. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I only wanted people to share in our joy.
But you did it without asking us if we wanted a part of it. A community without trust ain't no community worth living in.
Richtig.
Joanna, my love, there's something else you probably ought to know about. I never said anything because after a while it didn't seem to matter. But after the crash, I examined the boiler and, well, it had clearly been sabotaged.
What?
We were headed for disaster. I saw it in my vision.
You mean you saw that we were going to crash, that someone was going to sabotage the ship?
No, Mother, you don't understand. I saw the sun setting in the west and the sea became red with blood. We were going to make it to the coast, but the land was already tainted, cursed. It was the mountain that was our true home, a citadel of holy peace. I just had to make sure we ended up here.
So, you brought the airship down? Eliza, you could have killed us all.
But I didn't. I gave us a new life, a better life.
And you can keep it. Come on, Jerome. We're leaving this rock. Anybody who wants to come with us is welcome.
What? You can't just leave. Where will you go?
Anywhere but here.
You won't last 2 minutes out there.
Silence, Eliza. Until further notice.
But
I said silence. Return to your quarters immediately. Wait for me to come find you. Please, Sister Sue Ellen, don't be so hasty. It breaks my heart to hear what my baby has done, but now that I know the truth, there's no reason we can't start over. We can continue to live here without the fear of the unknown below.
That ain't gonna work, sis. Joanna, not now. We're way past that.
I think you're being harsh, Sue Ellen. Joanna deserves a second chance.
Well, she ain't getting it from me.
I don't know what to say. I suppose I should thank you for opening my eyes.
I'm sorry it had to be this way, but I couldn't keep silent.
I think perhaps I've relied too much on silence. When no one is speaking, it is easier to imagine that everyone is of one mind. My own daughter. When I thought she was bent in humble prayer, she was hatching secret plots in her heart. Will you be leaving us then?
Afraid so, ma'am. The open road beckons.
Very well. I'll arrange for your wagon to be repaired, now that we know where the parts are. It'll be ready by morning.
Thanks, Joanna.
I am thankful for your gracious understanding, Miss Leger. Your wagon's been fully restored.
Appreciate it, Joanna. Will New Bethel be all right?
These revelations have shaken us to the core. Sue Ellen and Jerome are intent on leaving. Several other families may join them. Those who choose to stay will put our trust in God and make the best of what comes.
Joanna has agreed to send scouts to nearby settlements. We can establish trade and perhaps find new members to join us. Freely and with willing hearts.
It's always preferable that way. I wish you well.
We should get a move on.
God bless you all, and good luck on the rest of your journey.
War es das Beste? Ich glaube schon. Die Wahrheit ist immer das Beste. Und wir kommen durch den Pass durch.
Our sojourn in New Bethel has left us all somewhat shaken. Thankfully, we have only to cross Hellfire Pass today, and from there, it's a straight shot down into El Presidio. With our goal so near in sight, we can all focus our attention back to the task of locating Dr. Clark's fortune.
Das gibt's nicht, pass auf. Aber ich speichere hier. Und hier machen wir beim nächsten Mal weiter. War eine spannende Runde, wirklich. Also war auch storytechnisch gerade wirklich super gemacht. Das Spiel ist eine Sammlung von kleinen Gegebenheiten oder auch größeren Gegebenheiten, die ja einfach so passieren. Die teilweise wirklich so sind, wie sie sind, wie das Leben schreibt. Ne? Was man schon irgendwo selber gelesen oder gehört hat. Das alles gepackt hier in einem einzelnen. Nun gut. Wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal hier. Zumindest morgen werden wir dann wieder den Themensonntag angehen. Aber jetzt ist Feierabend. Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Schlaf gut, träumt was Schönes und stay tuned. Euer Firefox.